Hello, guys, welcome back. I've been offline for a while, but I'm back now with a new tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. So, this is a pinafore or a mini jacket or whatever you would want to call it, and I think it's so lovely for a very casual look. It's quite lovely. So, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm using my normal bodice block that is from my shoulder to waist for the top part of this pinafore. I take my neck length and depth for it. So first off, since I'm using just one piece of the block, I'm using it for both the front and back. So I cut my back. I'm starting with the back, so I cut my back neck out. Then afterwards, I draw a straight line from my shoulder to my waist, because this is not a full blouse or a full dress. It's just your side, the sides of the jacket will be showing. So we don't need the side. We just need, is a pinafore. We just need the center back and the center front. So I cut my armhole area out of the block. So this is going to be a back piece, the center back, that is all we need. But you're going to cut it on fold. So you make sure as you place this on your fabric, it is on fold so that when you open it, it's bigger. Okay. So for my front piece, I'm only going to cut the neck depth out, because we all know that the neck depth of the front side is lower than that of the back. Okay, so realize that from the style there is an opening in front. It is not the same as the back. The back is full, but the front there is an opening. So to create that opening, I'm going in for my center front on the front piece by 2 inches, and I'm going to cut that 2 inches out to serve as my opening area for the front side. So after marking my 2 inches out, I'm just going to quickly cut it off. After cutting it off, what is left, this is my front piece. So the front piece, this is just one part of it. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this, one for the left, one for the back. So when you place, make sure you fold your fabric into 2. You place this on it and you cut it so that you'd have 2 pieces of this at the end. One for the left, one side for the left, one side for the back. 2 pieces of this. Okay, so realize that the down part of this pinafore is a peplon. I have a detailed video of how to cut a peplon on my channel. So I think for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use this as an example. So you fold your fabric into 4, and then on the tip or the center tip, you take the length of your the length of your peplon, serving as a radius. You create a curve from one edge to the other point. You do same for your waist, then you cut them out to have your 360-degree peplon. If you want a 720, then you have to cut 2 pieces of this. You cut both sides and you join, which is going to give you a bigger flare or a peplon. Okay, so this is for the peplon. Afterwards, I just cut my pieces out on my fabric, not forgetting my lining, because I'm going to line inside. So I cut my pieces on the lining and on the fabric as well. After cutting, I lay all of them together. Realize that I have some strip over there. That is what is going to serve as my band. There is a band on my pinafore, so that is going to be my band. Now this white thing is my interface. I would want to add interface on the fabric to make it more stiffer and thicker. So now we're going to quickly join the shoulders, but you're going to join them separately as I have done. Okay, so after joining my shoulders separately, fabric to fabric, lining to lining, I open the seam and press it down, making sure it lays very, very flat on both my fabric and that of my lining piece. Afterwards, I'm going to lay my fabric, my lining on my actual fabric, making sure both sides and both seams are meeting equally, like so. Then I'm going to sew all around, leaving just the down parts of the front and the back and the neck area, because I'm going to add a mandarin neck, so I'm going to leave that area. So after sewing the sides and the center front, I'm going to turn it out like so. I'm going to turn everything out so that the lining would be inside and the fabric would come outside like this. Afterwards, I'm going to press it neatly so everything falls in place perfectly. Okay, so after pressing, this is how it looks. So far, so good. This is how everything looks now. So I'm going to join my band. I told you that the strap that was laying there is going to serve as our band. So this is our band. The band, the length of the band is going to be equal to that of my waist. So my waist is 28, so I'm going to cut 29 because we are going to use that 1 inch for seam allowance. So I'm going to cut 28 and attach it like this. So after cutting my 28 inches band, I'm going to separate it into two. Bear in mind, because it's folded, I'm going to separate it. You can use 4 inches, you fold it into two, you have 2 inches on both sides, then you separate. Okay, so this is how I'm going to attach it. I'm going to find the center point of each of the strap and notch that center point. I'm equally going to find the center point of my back area. After I find my center point, I'm going to lay the strap center point to that of my back piece. This is how I'm going to attach the entire band. So I attach center piece to center piece. Then I join it to that of the front, leaving that 1/2 inch seam allowance in front because we are going to turn the tip out. So I pin it all around. After pinning it this way, I'm going to add the other strap, the other side of the strap. So sandwiching the actual bodice into the band. I'm going to make sure it is in between the band. So you make sure you place your actual bodice into the band. So whichever way you're going to do it, but I advise that you follow what I am doing. So you place the other side too on it and then you secure with pins. Alright, so afterward I'm just going to sew that whole area, the down part, by 1/2 inch. Let me quickly do that and bring it back. Before that, guys, let me quickly show you how I'm going to make my peplum. I've already cut my peplum on both my fabric and my lining. I'm going to lay it on together like this, then draw a curve from the center part of my peplum to the other end of the circle, or to the down part of the circle, like so. I'm just going to draw a curve. You can draw any curve. This doesn't need any kind of measurement. Just draw a curve and connect. Afterwards, I cut it out. So I'm going to have this shape, like moon-like shape. When you open it, this is how it is going to look like. I forgot to mention that I added a header interface on the peplum because I wanted it to stand firmly. So as you can see, it is really standing. So after laying my lining on the new shape that I have, I'm going to sew all around. We'll do that quickly and return. Okay, so here I am done attaching the band to our pinafore, and this is how it looks. I think I can even wear this alone because it looks pretty nice. Okay, so this is how it looks after joining the band to the pinafore. Now it's turned for the peplum. I've already sewed, turned it out, and ironed it neatly. So this is how I'm going to attach the peplum to it. I'm again going to sandwich the peplum into the band like this and sew all around. But before that, to get the accurate fold in, I'm going to fold just 1/2 inch on both sides of the band inwards so that it will give me a neat close like so. So after I fold both sides, 1/2 inch both sides in, this is how it looks. So I'm going to take it, open it, and infuse my peplum into it like this, pin it all around and top stitch on it, making sure that the stitch is taking both the top part and the down part. Very important. I suggest you pin it first before you do this so that you can know that all the sides, every part is secure into the band. So I'm going to sew it and show you how it looks. Okay, so this is the finished part. I'm done attaching the peplum to the band, and this is how it looks. That's how the inside look, and this is how the outside looks. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. You see the open part, very nice. So guys, now is left with the neck. I told you that I'm going to attach a Mandarin or a Chinese neck here, a very cute one. So I'm going to take the round measurements of my neck, or on the neck of this piece. We have 15 here, so 15 is going to serve as my guide to the neck I am going to cut. So I bring back my interface, I fold it into 2. This is what I'm going to use to cut my Chinese or Mandarin color. So since I want it very cute, I'm just going to make use of just 1 inch. I want it as small, just 1 inch. So I rule 2 lines with 1 inch space. Then I am going to go in from the center by 3.5 or 4, like so. Then I'm going to draw a curve from anywhere on my interface to connect that 4 inches point. Then bring it down to join the other part of the line, the straight line that I have. Then I'll take 1 inch measurement all around that new curve that I've created to give me another curve. So after I have my point of 1 inch, I'm going to connect it straight down to the last point on my interface. So I'm going to make sure it is 15. I get exactly 15 inches because my actual round neck on my pinafore is 15 inches. So I'm going to make sure this is also 15 inches. On the 15-inch point, I'm just going to draw a curve to my first curve, a small curve to attach to my first curve. So this is what we have for the neck. Just two curves. You connect it on the other side, then you have your Chinese neck. Okay, so this is what we have, and this is what we are going to use. I'm going to place this piece on my fabric and cut. This is how it looks when opened. So I place it on my fabric. Make sure it's secure. Then I'm going to add 1/2 inch sewing allowance all around on the fabric. I'm adding 1/2 inch allowance all around. That is the area where we are going to sew. So I'm adding it all around it. Afterwards, I cut it out. So after cutting it out, we have 2 pieces of these half circles. I had to make sure I identify which side is the correct side and which side is the wrong side, because they look almost the same. Okay, so after finding that out, I put my interface on one of the pieces and I press and I lay it together like so. I'm going to quickly pin it so that it doesn't shift or move. Okay, so you see the sewing half inch sewing allowance that I have round it. I'm going to fold the down part inwards and iron, because that is where we are going to attach to the neck. We are actually going to attach to the neck. So I'm going to make sure I have that area, a demarcation on that area, indicating the amount that I'm going to join to the actual neck of the dress. Okay. All right, so we have 2 pieces, the side with the interface and the side without the interface. So I'm going to quickly show you how I do this, or I sew this on the machine. So first off, you take the part with the interface and you top stitch all around the down part. After top stitching that side, you bring back the other piece and you lay it together. After laying it together, you make sure the 1/2 inch, you're not sewing the 1/2 inch left on the actual part, the part that is not with the interface. Don't sew the 1/2 inch in, just leave that side out and sew along the interface, along the shape of the interface. If you can see what I'm doing, you sew just along the shape of the interface, leaving out the 1/2 inch you folded in for the other side without the interface. Okay, afterwards I trim out the excesses. And then notch the inside curve so that it can lie down flat for me, as my phone is also intentionally disturbing me. Okay, so after sewing that side, you turn it in and then you press. So this is all there is to it. So this is all we have now. Okay, so after that is done, I'm now going to attach the neck to the dress. So remember that part that we left out, the 1/2 inch on the side without the interface? We are going to start from there. You place it on the wrong side, or the inside part where the lining is of the neck, and then you sew along that line. So guys, after sewing that part, you bring it back and then you fold it into, I don't want to use sandwich again, so you fold it into the neck and then you top stitch. So the first side that you sewed, you're going to fold it into the neck again, and then you bring back the area with the interface to cover it, and then you top stitch on it all round again. I hope you're seeing how I am making this. Okay. So yeah, that is that. So this is the whole process of making this pinafore. Easy, right? Yeah, I'm sure when you follow this, you're just going to make yours as perfect and beautiful as this. So after fixing my neck, that cute neck, I like it, that cute neck, this is how it looks, and this is the finished look. Don't forget to like this video, my guys. Please like the video for me. Okay, so as usual, I put it on for you to see how it looks. I think I prefer it open. Well, whether opened or closed, I think it's actually beautiful. Opened is nice, closed too is not bad. So I'm going to close it either with a press thread or a hook and eye. I'm still thinking about it. He knew which one will be fine. If it's a hook and eye, I'm just going to insert it into both sides and then close it. If it's a press thread too, I'm just going to put it there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay blessed.